Aquí estamos con el referee internacional Tony Weeks de Barranquilla, Colombia. Here we are with world-class referee Tony Weeks from Barranquilla, Colombia. Welcome, Tony, to Notified.
Thank you, gracias.
Tony, you have been in many big fights now in your career, and we know you have got inspiration into boxing. We were talking about earlier, especially when you first saw Roberto Duran fight in Panama. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Well, I was a little kid, and I was watching Roberto Duran fighting Ray Lampkin, small black and white TV, and I didn't know who Duran was or Ray Lampkin was, but I just saw the fierce fighting that Duran had in him, and that this guy seemed to be unstoppable. And the weather was hot, and you could see Ray Lampkin starting to fade away, and Duran just coming on even stronger and stronger. So that image always stood out in my mind for years.
Would you say that that's like one of your first impressions of boxing?
Yeah, one of my first impressions of boxing, of actually seeing that type of fierce fighting, non-stop, relentless, coming in and just putting on the pressure.
What about your inspiration and your mentoring into refereeing, into coming into being a boxing referee at the beginning of your career?
Oh, well, you have all the other old school referees, Richard Steele was definitely one of my first mentors. Joe Cortez was one of my mentors, even Mills Lane. And in terms of watching these guys, before I got into officiating fights, watching these guys and how they handle themselves in big fights, and just watching their technique and just learning from them. And then once I got into refereeing fights, getting to know these guys personally, and them mentoring me and the finer points of boxing, stuff that you can't read in a rule book, but something that the old school fighters know from the old days.
I mean, obviously you did learn the craft working in the undercards of big fights,
Yes.
How was that process coming from the undercard to the major fights?
Well, like anything, it was a learning process, and I had the opportunity to be in that big fight atmosphere. I wasn't in the main event, but I was in that big fight atmosphere, and feeling and seeing how everything went on, and then of course watching my mentors do these main events firsthand. It was a very enlightening experience.
For the common mortals like me, tell us a little bit about what is the experience of being in a big fight, big promotion, in the ring with two big legends,
Wow, I mean, really words cannot describe it, but at the same time, we're professionals, so we don't get really caught up in all the hoopla and all the festivities before the fight. It's after the fight is over with, then you have time to sit down and really think about it and see, wow, what opportunity I was in. But just being in that atmosphere of Las Vegas, MGM Grand, you're being seen around the world. I mean, it's just totally electrifying.
Now you're here in Barranquilla, Colombia.
Yes.
KO to drugs tomorrow night. World Championship fight, lightweight from the WBA. This is all a philanthropic work of the WBA. You guys come out here for free, contribute to the cause against drugs. Tell us a little bit about this part of your work. Coming out here and putting your time to help this type of causes.
Well, anytime you have the opportunity to reach out and help people who are strung out on drugs, or help kids and preventing them from getting on drugs. Growing up in the atmosphere in Brooklyn, New York, I've seen firsthand what drugs can do to you, and I've seen so many careers, so many people, so many potentials being ruined by drugs itself. So anytime I have the opportunity to speak out on drugs or help individuals in a cause in saying no to drugs and just knocking out drugs, I'm all for it.
Finally, Tony, you know that in our website, Notify, the largest Spanish language boxing website in the world, thousands of Latino especially, you know, fans follow your career very close. You can just give them some words of wisdom and some salute to them, you know.
To the
it's okay because I edit. Yeah. And just to say hi to the fans and Notified and whatever you want to say, you know.
Yeah, you know, just want to say hi to everybody. I mean, the boxing community as a whole, in particular the Latino community, you know, has embraced me, and it's been a worldwide experience. I get the opportunities to come to these different countries, and hospitality has just opened up. And all this happened through boxing. You know, boxing is worldwide, it's universal, and you know, no matter where you come from, what language you speak, what nationality you are, everybody loves that sport. And to be a part of that and to be accepted, no matter where you go, is truly a blessing to me. Muchas gracias. Quería estar con ustedes. And last, I want to say hi to all the fight fans of Notify. Keep reading. Keep going on that website. Excellent boxing news, boxing information, and hey, what can you say? Everything is first class. Gracias.
Siempre hay tres locos arriba del ring. Dos que están pegándote y uno que anda detrás, los dos que no se ven.
Claro, campeón. Gracias. Igualmente.
Yo estaba escuchando estos días.
Mira, tienes, champion. Mira.